Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chase, ever bullish, the stock Sherpa on YouTube, coming at you here on Wednesday afternoon. I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. The Sherpa, 15% already closed out, done with the week, halfway through. I can take that cash, redeploy later today or tomorrow. I have a couple updates for you guys. I have a couple just coaching tips here. So let's get right to it. Let's get to it by going to everbullish.com. I got that rocking on the laptop here, everbullish.com. You can click on the investment article and see how I called this, investing article that is, for Sunday, and see how I called this. But I want to go back to the Sherpas list from Thursday, because that's where we really started making our cash for this week, was actually last week. If you don't take anything away from this, just take that. Your decision whether or not to hold over the weekend and whether or not to stay long or go short is a big deal. I called it perfectly. I am a little bit surprised that it's all working out this well, so don't get too used to it. But when you can trade and have these skills, I don't know that anybody else out there, particularly on YouTube or trading for the average investor in general, has remotely the skills that I'm showing you and teaching you. So let's get to it. The main thing that I said last week, I said this on Sunday, LabU, ripe. What did I say? If you want to make money, just buy LabU and hold it this week. Let's pull it up behind us. Let's see what it looks like. LabU, over the last 2 days, Monday morning, $58. Right now it's at 65. 10% would be $5.80, double that. We made over 10%. I'm sorry, we made over 20% on LabU. If you just did what I said, go ahead and sell it. I didn't make that much. I was still holding a little bit of shorty, or trading a little bit of shorty. Traded shorty Monday, got out, made my 6%, took those funds, got back in yesterday, bought a little bit of Ether, bought a little bit of LabU, already owned ERX, cashed that at a small profit. We'll see if it drops tomorrow. Probably sold it a little early. I think it was up 8% last I checked. What else did I say? Delta Airlines up and match. These are reopened stocks, right? Delta Airlines. Let's look if it's on this list or my other list. That's up 2%. It's up 1% over the last 5 days. If you look at the chart here, this is Monday. If you would have bought it on Monday, like the Sunday recap told you to, just shy of 10%. Up, losing money on this trade. I don't own it yet, thinking about getting in. Up is the upward, it's the Wheels Up Corporation. They do private jets, small charter private jets. That'll make money in low oil prices. So there's a little double arbitrage there, but it'll also make money in the reopen. But it'll also make money, in my opinion, in the close if this Delta variant is as serious as it sounds. I think people will still be flying private rather than taking an airplane in a pandemic again, right? It's up, UP. You will thank me for this. This is a $50 stock in the next 3 years. It's at $10 now. I'm going to clip that and save it somewhere for you. And it's down since I recommended it. Match is up. I said Match.com. This is the young, randy masses of the United States and the world trying to get out and meet people. PBTC Yeti at it, all up over 5%. Now I'm going to brag. ERX, let's look right now. It's up 7.8%. I got out a little early on that one, but hey, 15% in 2 days, right? FTCV, FinTech, CV, eToro. That one's still flat. I would say that that's probably a decent entry point. I might buy that tomorrow. UWMC, United Wholesale Mortgage Corporation, probably going to be buying this one long-term hold in the ever bullish one. I'll let you know by next Wednesday. That's when we're going to do a rebalance. Next Wednesday, we're up 24.7%. We can either step on their neck, shift to dividends, or we can be bulls and we can continue to make more money. That's what we're going to do. Go ahead and buy it. By the way, I am raising the price on the ever bullish portfolio to $100 in the event that I finish over 5% this year above the market, which I will. That's still half Well, actually 1/3. I'm basing this on the price of my nearest competitor, who's not even close to me. He charges $350 a year and does a lot less content and education than I do. Go buy one of the Ever Bullish One portfolios. Do yourself a favor. UWMCWT, this is the warrant play. I love it. FAS up 5%. That's the bank play. I love it. LabU, now it's at 64%. I told you to buy it at 58, go up to 64, 20% return. Almost 20%. Well over 10 in 2 days with almost complete certainty. How do you like that? Here's the hypothesis and somewhat of the impetus for making this video. I like ERX, I like MRO, I like oil stocks particularly well. I'm getting a lot of questions about that. A dear friend of mine gave me some feedback today asking about that, and I just said, listen, here's how I'm looking at this. The small caps, mid caps are making us the money because they're lean and they are very good at exploiting their assets, particularly in Texas, Alabama, Pennsylvania, and North Dakota. They're not overseas in Saudi having to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. They're not in Kazakhstan. They're not in Brazil. They're just in Texas and Alabama and these smaller places. Callon Petroleum, Fang, Diamondback, they're Texas companies. I like to Texas made, Texas trade, right? So I like those because if oil prices drop, they're still the prettiest girl at the dance. They can make money at 43. So what if they drop to 60? If everything stabilizes, which I think it will, and I think it'll probably be back up in the 70s here, maybe mid into the year, maybe a couple days, weeks that is into the new year. That's my call. The reopening is going to be huge. The reason I like the megas that I mentioned, so Exxon, Chevron, and the holdings of ERX, are because they are, one, they're rich enough to hedge and they're smart enough to hedge, but two is really this. The companies that are completely integrated are the ones that I like. They pull the oil out of the ground, they pull the gas out of the ground, but they also refine it. Okay, they refine it, they turn it into gasoline and other goods for plastics and chemicals. Well, when feedstock is cheaper, the refiners do better. Look no further than MRO, right? It's just a double play. I kind of told you about this thirds philosophy in my head, right? If I can get 2 out of 3 things that are positive for my hypothesis or suggestive of my hypothesis, 66% chance that I'm maybe right, it helps me on an emotional level as a trader move into the stocks regardless of what the news is. By the way, there was a Wall Street Journal article talking about how energy traders were getting crushed. I don't know how. I made 9% today in energy, a little bit more than that actually. So that's why you don't watch the news. That's why you follow the Sherpa, or just follow your own gut or instinct. And the Wall Street Journal hasn't been a reputable publication in my opinion. I shouldn't say reputable. It hasn't been a good business follow. I'd prefer you to buy IBD or just follow me. Anyway, that's where we are. I told you guys last time, 24.7% in the Ever Bullish One portfolio. This thing's catching on like wildfire. We'll be making a trade next week, likely Wednesday. Remember, you sell Wednesday or Thursday. You wait until after the next Tuesday or try to buy on the next Tuesday for the rebalance. This isn't a complete rebalance. You're not selling everything. It'll be 2 or 3 positions. I'm going to move very heavy into either mortgages or airlines. And I'm also going to consider making a big move on Yeti. So have that in the back of your mind and how you're going to get out of it if you're going to. I want to give you all that knowledge. So go ahead and do that. Another fair mention. Just to repeat, Ever Bullish One portfolio will be moving up to $100. Everybody that owns it, my real OGs, the several dozen of you guys out there, you'll still maintain the right to buy any of the Ever Bullish portfolios for the rest of your life at $75. The price won't go up for you. I think that beating the market by over 800 basis points or 8% and telling you exactly how I'm going to do it is worth millions of dollars. I think that the justification and price is there, but I wanted to go into detail because I do believe in transparency. I will not be a hypocrite about cost or fees. There are no other fees. Otherwise, your broker wouldn't make a video to tell you this. I'm doing it. Ever Bullish. Go to the newsletter, subscribe. If you want to follow these trades, keep going to it on a daily basis. Check out the books that I recommend. Download the podcast that I recommend. We are going to the top of the mountain. The Sherpa is going to take you. Everbullish.com. Chase at Everbullish. The Ever Bullish One podcast. on all podcast networks, AFG, LFG, LGR. Let's get rich.